So I am very much, again, back to the Martha. I'm very much the Martha. I love the practicality of ministry. I love the hospitality of ministry. I love that side. I'm not even a good singer. I'm not even a good athlete. I love to play. I love to watch sports. I'm wearing my Cal Ripken Baltimore shirt today. But I am not good at it. In high school, I just told the story the other day that I was a pinch runner, and I was pinch running for my pitcher, and I ran to second, and there was someone on second. My coach was so mad, Coach Haley. She's like, "Brandy, pay attention." And so, my brothers are also incredibly good at sports. So I love to be the cheerleader, the encourager, the coach. I love to teach kids sports. I don't necessarily like to play as much. I love to practice all day long. I don't like to play games. I know, it's weird. And I really just work to eat, so I'm really not a huge workout person other than to eat well. So all bad, but good. So back to this Mary and Martha stuff. Mary, very much the person sitting at Jesus' feet, and Jesus recognizes her as she's chosen. She has chosen what is better. It will not be taken away from her. And so this week, the Lord has really gotten a hold of my heart, and mainly because I've really had to just spend some time on my back patio in God's Word and prayer and just trusting His plan and seeking His will for my life and what that looks like. And I realized that God's made me the Martha, but He also needs me to be the Mary and to sit at His feet and to spend time with Him. And although that's hard for me, and with the distractions of this world, come on guys, we're distracted. We have our phones, we have TV, we have binge watching our Hulu Netflix series, we have all kinds of distractions. So for this to be a priority in our lives, and we really have to work hard to focus. And then for me as a woman, our minds and our hearts have to focus on Christ, on trusting the Lord. Because Satan wants to come in there with all those doubts and say, just keep working, be practical, just keep doing that. Just keep being a people pleaser, not a God pleaser. Just nobody wants you. Those little doubts that creep in there and say, does God, just like He did to Eve a long time ago, does God really say that you can't eat of that fruit? Does God really say that you can't binge watch all that Netflix series that you've been watching and spend all your days doing that? Does God really say that's wrong? And we need to stand up and say, Lord, I'm sorry. I haven't been sitting at your feet. I haven't been giving you my all. I haven't been focused on you. And so this week the Lord has challenged me. When we teach lessons to kids, He's always going to say, do you know this lesson? Do you know it? Because you can't teach anything that you haven't already been taught by the Lord yourself. And so that has been something I've been working on this week. But then I also want to go to this other part of the story, and it's about Lazarus. And Lazarus dies, and Mary and Martha are really upset, as anyone would be, with their family member passing away. And Mary and Martha say this incredible thing. They say, if only Jesus, both of them say this, if only you had been here, Lord, if only you had been here, you wouldn't have died. And so Jesus is deeply moved. This is in John, and it says He's deeply moved by their weeping, and I think we all are at that point too, of times in our lives where, Lord, why weren't you there to protect me from this hurt? Lord, why weren't you there to deal with these people who are throwing stones? Why weren't you there to keep me safe or protect me from this hurt? We've all asked that question that Mary and Martha ask. In fact, they say, Lord, I know you can do whatever you want, But I don't think they actually thought that maybe Jesus would raise him from the dead, because when he says, "Where is he? Roll the stone away," they're like, "Oh, he's been dead for 4 days. Oh, we can't. That's gonna smell. No, we can't do that." And they do that, and the miracle here is that Jesus is God, and he raised Lazarus from the dead, and that's what he wanted people to know, that he was God, that he could raise someone from the dead. And so the lesson in this story is that the same Jesus who we sit at the feet and we spend time with is the same God through the hard stuff too, of sitting with that family in the hospital, or waiting for those cancer results for a family member. The same God is with us at the beginning of our lives, when we say, "Lord, I'm trusting you with my life and my plan," and then through those hard things of life that aren't fun and build our character, and you're like, "Lord, how much more character can I have?" The same God is there with us. And then to trust him not only at the beginning and the middle, but trusting him for the future and the end. Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead, and they get to see this incredible plan that the Lord has, to show that he is God, to show that he cares for them and their hurt, and he brings back Lazarus to them, and to show that he is in control. And he's got a plan. And even though we don't understand it, and we might be saying, "Lord, why?" Or "If only we're here," he wants to say, "I was there, I am here, and watch this, because I'm going to do something incredible." And I, right now, am trusting that plan for my life, and to be an example of hanging on to the Lord and for what he has in store for me. And to be an encouragement to you right now, to say, if you haven't trusted the Lord with your life, oh man, it's not always easy, and it's not always fun, and it hurts sometimes, because we live in a fallen, sinful world, and people make mistakes. But God, Romans 8:28 says, "For all things work for the good of man who seeks him." And if you are following his will, he has good in store for you. And so I would just encourage you to trust him right now. Either you're at the beginning of your walk with the Lord and you want to trust him with your life, or you've already done that and you're in this middle part that's really hard, and you're asking, "Lord, why weren't you there? It doesn't feel like you're here." Or maybe you're at the end and you're like, "Whoa, look what happened. Look what the Lord did." Share your story and tell others about how he's been there from the beginning, middle, and end of your life. And for all those Marthas out there, and I know, I'm like, what mom, what mother, what homeowner isn't a Martha, right? Be like Mary and take that time to spend with the Lord and sit at his feet, because it is a sweet, sweet time. And we need, the Lord loved Mary and Martha both, and he came into Martha's home because of her hospitality. And they were both blessed, I know, in his time with that. And maybe you have someone in your life to be like, "No, stop it, sit down, rest," and just thank that person and encourage them. The Lord has put people in my life to encourage me and say, "Okay, it's going to be all right. The Lord's got a plan. Trust him for it." And so I'm so thankful for that. Okay, that's kind of long, I think. I hope this is recording. Who knows? Have a great day.